iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Stafford Motor Speedway here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. Tonight's race brings us into a whole new atmosphere of short track racing here with Red Light Racing. That's because for the first time ever, the limited late model stocks, that's right, brand new here to iRacing. They are here tonight at the Stafford Motor Speedway. We've never ran this car in competition here in Red Light Racing. We had the old body style, the limited late model, the Monte Carlo SS. That has been upgraded here in the last iRacing.com build. So tonight, these drivers say it's one of the best cars they've ever raced on short tracks all around the iRacing platform. Tonight, they will put their talents on hand for you. Tonight, though, my name is Roger Muse, bringing you all the racing action here from the virtual Turn 3 Racing Studios, high above here from our Pennsylvania location. Tonight's race, though, is round number 7 here for the series. We started back in February at the Phoenix International Raceway, where A.J. Hamel was able to pick up his 9th win, and then the following week at the Irwindale Speedway in California, he went back-to-back and picked up his 10th career win. Brian Hacker then went on a tear on February the 23rd at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. He picked up the win, and then he picked up the next win the next week at the Oxford Plains Speedway. Then it's the 3-time champion going 2 times back-to-back. It's Dalton Williamson winning the last 2 rounds at the Bristol Motor Speedway and the Charlotte Legends Oval. Tonight, though, here at Stafford, who is going to be the lucky one to go dancing here with the brand new limited late model stock entry? That's what everybody is wondering, who will be able to do that. But when you take a look at the point standing, it's pretty tight at the top of the charts because Brian Hacker has a 7-point lead over that champion of Dalton Williamson. A.J. Hamel comes in sitting third in the points after a very disappointing week last week, not getting the finish that he thought he deserved. He is sitting 19 points out of the championship top spot. 27 points back, having his career best season so far. That'll be the driver, Dan Butler. He's fourth overall. And how about the Canadian, Dave Bragg, is sitting there fifth. Rex Hoyle moved up 5 spots last week, the biggest mover in the points standings. Mark Jenkins, with a great finish last week, now is up into the 7th position in points. And how about the fan favorite all the way from South Carolina of Aiden Alvecchione? He is sitting in 8th. Philly Edwards makes his first ever appearance inside the top 10 of the point standings. He's also into the 9th position. And Brandon Feeney right now does sit there into the 10th spot. So a lot of drivers for the first time ever in their careers are inside the top 10, which means this championship is wide open for anybody to come and take it here tonight. This is, of course, going to be a lot of these drivers' career starts here, and we will see if anybody's able to pick up a career win with this brand new car, because if you win here tonight at Stafford, your name will go into the record book and forever be etched into the Red Light Racing history books. So, with that being said, these drivers are out in qualifying right now. 27 drivers, I do believe, are getting ready. 26, I'm mistaken. 26 drivers are getting ready to take to the green flag here tonight. Qualifying underway, and that is just about to wrap it up. And it is official here tonight that Brian Hacker will take that pole. So what do you say, race fans? We head down trackside now here to get that starting lineup. Let's start things off with the drivers on the front row. Here we go. Tonight, the starting lineup brought to us by Six Rings Racing. Tonight's starting lineup looks like this. The driver out of Illinois, driving car number 2, Brian Hacker, 10-time winner on the tour. He'll start P number 1. To his outside, he is going to be scheduled as car number 1. That's the 3-time champion of Dalton Williamson out of Tampa, Florida. The Mr. Confusion Motorsports number 18 of A.J. Hamill will roll from the 3rd spot. And how about the veteran car number 54 of Rex Hoyle will start 4th. 5th position here tonight, the driver out of Florida, driving the Rev Esports number 2. That'll be Michael Trevarthen. The driver out of Massachusetts, driving the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14, Brian Bianchi, will start into the 6th starting spot here tonight, while the Canadian Invasion switch tire Jiffy Lube entry, number 31, that'll be Dave Bragg. Back into the 8th starting position, the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply Busch Latte, number 40, that'll be Rob Higgins. And the driver, part of that Canadian Invasion crew, the switch tire, number 51, of Arnold Valls. He'll start 9th. Starting back into the 10th spot, driver the 989 entry, that'll be Scott Duncan. Well, it's the driver out of Ohio, the number 98 Ohio, that'll be Chris Stump. He'll start back into the 11th spot. Starting in 12th, then, he's part of the Bragg Racing Canadian Invasion, number 53. Victor Valls will start back there into the 12th starting spot here tonight. 13th on the call, though. Well, that'll be the man, the number 99 of Mark Jenkins. 14th starting spot here tonight, that'll be the 01 of A.J. Watkins. And back into the 15th starting spot here tonight, the Storm Magnet. Car number 21, Dan the Man Butler. Back into the 16th spot, he will go by the name of Eric Stout. The Six Rings Racing number 12 will start 16th. The Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry will start 17th here tonight. That'll be Joshua Buckley. Mike Tasher on the Racing School, number 33, will go 18th. 19th is Greg June on the call. And then it'll be Brandon Feeney, car number 38. He'll start for the 20th starting spot here tonight. 21st will go to the aging hipster Philly Edwards. Then it'll be Aiden Alvecchione, Stephen Dickey Jr. in car number 98. The driver out of Spring, Texas, Doyle Lowrance, and the Raven Graphics number 7 will go 24th. 25th will be the Simbox 77 of Doug Neal out of Georgia. And the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, celebrating 20 years. That'll be Bob Higgins there in car number 30, starting shotgun to the field. 26 cars, 100 laps here. Green flag up here. We're racing tonight here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. 26 drivers will storm to turn number 1. Battle for the race lead. Hot, heavy, right off the jump here tonight. It will be sideways for the race lead, as that is Dalton Williamson down to the inside. And it is actually going to be Brian Hacker that takes the race lead here. So Hacker going to take it. Here comes Williamson trying to cross it over. But the first lap here tonight at Stafford, oh boy, was going to go to Brian Hacker. But now here comes Dalton Williamson hot the trot. He'll take the bottom side. Brian Hacker going to try and cross him over now. Williamson going to throw a hefty block out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Now Williamson trying to drive off into the sunset if he can. Come to complete lap number 2. Contact! Around, going to go to the 61 of Dalton Williamson. Caution lights on. Everybody going to scatter here on the front straightaway. Hard racing there. Williamson throwing a couple blocks here in the opening laps. 100 laps here tonight at Stafford, and the blocks being thrown here early at the front of the Speedway. So Williamson now going to be relegated to the rear of the field, unfortunately. We'll see where iRacing exactly does slot him in, as he did get the car pointed back into the right direction. No real damage on car number 61, but it looks like he'll come to pit road and he'll get that checked out. Let's take the look back here. There's the 61. Let's see what happens here between him and Hacker. Hacker gets through the center of the corner, better it looked like, and Williamson going to go for a little bit of a 360 spin. No contact, though, from any of the drivers as they worked upon the spinning number 61. A little bit of contact right there. Scary feeling, though, being stranded, sitting there, no power on the front straightaway. So that is the first caution flag of the evening here, being flown early tonight here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Hacker still going to be scored as the race leader. It'll be Hacker, it'll be A.J. Hamill, Michael Trevorthan, Rex Hoyle, Brian Bianchi. They're into that position. Should see the 1 to go marker. You see a lot of marbles built up on the outside lane here tonight at Stafford. Those marbles, of course, being carried over from our practice session and our qualifying session earlier on here this evening. That's going to be a place that you're going to want to stay away from tonight. Not going to want to get up out of the groove into those marbles. If you get out into the marbles, race fans, it's exactly how it sounds. Marbles, not good. Think about putting your marbles down on the floor of your home, trying to walk across them. You slip, you slide, there's no grip, you fall, and you land on the rear. Well, that's exactly what would happen to these drivers here tonight as the iRacing.com pace car off the racing surface, ready to go back racing. It'll be 6 completed laps here tonight out of the 100 scheduled. It'll be Brian Hacker and A.J. Hamill, 2 10-time winners on the tour on the front row. Green flag back into the air. Outside. Oh, now it's going to be Trevorthan getting turning the 18 of A.J. Hamill. Chaos in turn number 1. Chaos, you see the 31 of Dave Bragg now involved with this one also, an innocent bystander here. A lot of drivers involved in this one that have got some scrapes, some battle wounds from this one. We're going to have to dissect it exactly. We saw it start at the front of the field. A.J. Hamill getting turned off the nose of car number 2 of Michael Trevorthan. There you see the Zeems setup shop, Nitro. Number 2, Michael Trevorthan, he is rolled away. He's being scored 3rd here tonight. Let's watch it back here. Definitely the number 2 of Michael Trevorthan just swipe left there on the 18's rear bumper, turning the Arts Barbershop number 18 NY around right off the jump there. Other drivers getting involved: Mike Taschereau, Dave Bragg, Philly Edwards, Bob Higgins, Aidan Alvecchione, Greg June also. Right on board here, riding on board. This is with Philly Edwards. He got into the back of the 66 of Greg June. There's Dave Bragg turned around. See the contact, around goes the 18. Scott Duncan into the back of that Jiffy Lube number 31. So that's the second caution flag of the evening here. We've got 1 official green flag lap of racing in the books here tonight. Everybody else, every other lap we have run so far here tonight has been under caution. You do see a couple cars out in front of the race leader. There is the number 31 of Dave Bragg. They are all being scored right now, currently a lap down, but they will get their lap back. That's Bragg, that's June. Higgins, Neal, Lowrance, Alvecchione, Edwards, Feeney, they're all being scored a lap down, but as soon as we get the 1-to-go marker, those drivers will be able to all go around the iRacing.com pace car as you see the lights go out. All these drivers are going to accelerate around the pace car, come back around the field. They will line up single file behind the rest of the drivers out there. So we're ready to go back racing. So the field will double it up behind the pace car. It'll be Hacker, Hoyle, Trevarthen, Bianchi, Higgins, the top 5 drivers. So a little bit of a rock'em sock'em boppers here tonight in the early portions of this one. Let's see if we can work these drivers into a groove and get some of the racing that we expected to see here tonight at one of the most historic short tracks in America. Green flag back up. Here we go. Hacker to the inside this time. That is car number 54, Rex Hoyle to the outside. He'll lose the front starting spot. And now here comes the number 2, Michael Trevarthen. Got a little nose damage on car number 2 there, but we'll see if that affects the handling. We're going to lap under green flag. So there we go, the second lap of green flag competition here tonight. As we get that scoring pylon down for you. Battle, though, for the top 5 positions. Starting back there. Oh, sideways contact. One car down to the inside. Car number 53. The double V entry. Car 53 got a little bit of a hip check there. That car went sideways. Some handling issues for these drivers here early on. Tire pressure's not built up. This is the first time we've had this car out onto the racetrack in racing competition. Six Rings Racing. That was number 12, Eric Stout, running back there outside the top 10, was a little sideways. There you see the gray and white number 12 back there behind the yellow 33 of Mike Taschereau. Stout trying to work his way through the field. Dalton Williamson, you see him right there in the black number 61. He'll get under A.J. Watkins. He'll pick up a position. Everybody looks like they've pretty much gone single file behind the race leader here, trying to work into a groove, as Trevarthen is all over the back end of Brian Hacker. So it's the deuces are wild out front here tonight. The 0-2 of Brian Hacker and the number 2, if you're following along at home on the scoring pylon here tonight. As more contact, Michael Trevarthen got to turn around the 2 machine, and I don't believe the caution's going to come out here. So your race leader got turned around for the 3rd time here tonight. We have seen contact between drivers at the front of the field. So tonight, I guess you can call this one a let's run them over to get to the front here tonight. So not an outstanding start. That'll be the 3rd caution flag of the evening. Let's take a look back here at the replay and see what has transpired at the front of the field here. There you see the 0-2 down in the corner, and Trevarthen is just going to gas it up and ran right into the back of the number 2. Oh, that was the 51 of Arnold. Val's almost getting into the mix there, and there's the 73. Philly Edwards as Hacker rejoined the racing surface. Right on board here from the race leader. Not much to say there. We saw what happened for the battle for the race lead. The truck says we're going to show it to you one more time. There you see the 2nd place car just lunge forward into the back bumper, and then the innocent bystander of Rex Hoyle also now going to have damage on the nose piece of his machine. So this is the 3rd caution flag here tonight. We anticipated having a super good show here tonight of a lot of side-by-side racing action. Unfortunately, that has been mired here in the caution flags early tonight here at Stafford. So while we do get ready to go restarting here, it will be the number 2 of Trevarthen now, assuming the race lead with Hoyle to the outside. Here's Brian Bianchi. He's picked up some spots. He's in the Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe, number 14. He'll restart to the inside of row number 2. Rob Higgins now will restart 4th with Chris Stump. Arnold Valls will restart back into the 6th spot. Then it's Mark Jenkins and A.J. Hamill, Scott Duncan, and Double V. Back into the restart zone, and to be 22 laps officially in the books here. And back to green flag competition. .40 of Rob Higgins going to drift a little high there in the 40, into the outside wall, and oh, the big one down the back straight away. The big one here tonight. That one started towards the front of the field, and I believe that was the 40. It was the 40 of Rob Higgins into the outside wall, and then a lot of drivers checking up. We're really going to have to take a look at this one. Watch the 40 into the outside wall, and then down the track he comes. There goes Chris Stump. There's the 99 down into the grass of Mark Jenkins. He'll take the easy way down into the grass. Watch the 40 drift high, and then just the accordion effect. Everybody comes together. The 53 involved there of Double V. Doyle Lowrance coming to a stop. There was A.J. Watkins down in the grass. Joshua Buckley right on board with Buckley. So a crazy, crazy start here tonight. A lot of drivers in this one, though, getting damage, as you see down the back straightaway. Find a hole if you can. A lot of drivers just coming to a stop, and see one driver down on pit road. That is the 13 MA of Joshua Buckley. Stephen Dickey Jr. looks like he has pulled the number 98 behind the wall here tonight. He will call it an evening here from the Stafford Motor Speedway. Scott Duncan, unfortunately, also was down on pit road in car number 989. Come back into the restart zone. And it'll be Trevarthen and Hoyle on the front row. Some contact to the outside lane. Drivers having problems. And another big one here tonight. That started with the 51 of Arnold Valls onto the outside, getting checked up. That car's got some severe damage. You see sparks flying out the back end of that car. That one looking like an open wheel modified here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. That one started right off the start of the green flag. Looked like that outside lane got checked up. Watch it here. Watch them come into the restart zone. Watch the outside lane. Getting stacked up right there. They all get together coming underneath the flag stand, and unfortunately, a lot of drivers wrapped up in it. Right there, looks like Dan Butler, Brian Hacker, and Greg June all get together, and then Arnold, nowhere to go, was just the bystander. That was the last car to come into that mix. Lowrance getting turned around also in car number 7, the driver out of Texas. A.J. Watkins getting turned around there. There you see the 12. Also going for a ride of Eric Stout. So as we work the fifth caution flag of the evening, well, we got to pay some of the bills around here. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back here at the Stafford Motor Speedway for more of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members...
And just like that, we're back here at Stafford as the green flag is coming out of turn number 4. It'll still be Michael Trevarthen leading us to turn 1 as one car swinging high wide to the outside. Going to lay it onto the right side tires. That'll be the 40 of Higgins, and he'll get tight. He'll have to now regroup as he'll lose a couple spots. Calamity Corner, as that's the 6th caution flag of the evening being flown. We did not get another lap of green flag racing competition. Something happened, I'm being told, to Greg June. Take the look. The 66 Fanatec, orange and blue machine. Him and Dave Bragg going to get together. I believe that was Chris Stump, also nowhere to go in car number 98. Right on board with Stump. See the 31 of Bragg. He'll pull away the Jiffy Lube entry. Aiden Alvecchione down on pit road also. Unexpected stop there for Alvecchione. See the driver out of South Carolina coming back out onto the raceway. Same old paint on a brand new car for Aiden in the 271 entry. Was late to practice because he was still painting. That paint was still fresh when he rolled it off the trailer. Here tonight, Aiden now back into the 23rd spot, looking like he's being scored 2 laps down. We've had 3 lead changes between 3 leaders here tonight. Michael Trevarthen has led, Dalton Williamson has led, and Brian Hacker has also had the lead here at some point tonight. Drivers that are still down on pit road, Joshua Buckley, as it looks like he, after 7 minutes, will start to roll the 13 MA back out onto the raceway. He will. There you see the driver out of Pepperell, Massachusetts. He'll bring the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes, number 13 MA, back out here. Another driver still down on pit road. Arnold Valves is still down there. Stephen Dickey Jr. once again has called it an evening here tonight at Stafford. Car number 98 will be scored back into the 26th finishing position. So the lights are out once again on the official iRacing.com pace car here tonight. It is be the Zeem Setup Shop entry, Michael Trevarthen, to take us back to green with Rex Hoyle to the outside in car number 54. How about Brian Bianchi very quietly just sitting there into the third spot. AJ Hamill has worked his way back up. Rob Higgins dropped a couple spots. Dalton Williamson from the front to the back with a little contact, and now he's back to running inside the top 10. He'll restart 6th. Contact at the back of the field to bring out the 7th caution flag of the evening.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with...
And just like that, back here at Stafford, as the green flag is back out once again. Trevarthen, the race leader here, as he has been the race leader for the last 27 laps out front here in racing competition, as he will continue to be the race leader. Rex Hoyle and Brian Bianchi, the two team cars back there. The Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14 of Bianchi, down to the bottom side of the speedway, and the Cullen Tire and Service Center. Entry to the outside, it will actually be the 54 of Rex Hoyle taking the spot and holding on to it. Little contact back there, AJ Hamill, and the 14 making a little contact there as Hamill trying to hang on with the Arts Barbershop number 18. As the car's sideways, it is a handful here tonight for some of these drivers to really get a grasp on. As you see, Bianchi having the advantage on the bottom side. Here comes Williamson tonight. He'll now take the spot back. So put Dalton Williamson now into the 4 spot. Look at Mark Jenkins. It was about 20 laps ago. He was involved in a wreck, and he was put down through the grass. He's now up into the 6th spot. Mike Tashro slowly is gaining spots here tonight in the yellow 33. There you see him. That car looking pretty straight here tonight. I don't think he's he has had a scrape or two on that right-hand side, actually. Brian Hacker trying to work his way back through the field. You see him just get around Rob Higgins, so that'll put Higgins back to the 10th spot. Here comes Brandon Feeney. He's got the Aaron's Dream Machine entry. The number 38 car. Oh, as Higgins having some problems in car number 40. That car is sideways off of turn number 2. Got it gathered back up. The Cowboy trying to have a wild one here tonight. Trying to hang on for an 8-second ride. Hacker just turned the fastest lap of the evening. Now he's trying to get underneath the 53, the double V entry, and he will do it. So now put the Huntley, Illinois driver back up inside the top 10. Rob Higgins is struggling tremendously right now in that number 40. There you see him, the checkered flag auto supply entry. He restarted at one point in the 4th position, and now he's outside the top 10. He is back into the 13th spot and continuing to drop spots like it's raining. Just behind him, Chris Stump just getting around A.J. Watkins. There's Eric Stout also. Scott Duncan there in the Home Depot number 989 entry. They are all back here battling for what is right now on track the 14th, 15th, and 16th place respectively on the Speedway. Everybody's still chasing the Zeem Setup Shop number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. There you see him, the driver out of Florida. .33 of Tashiro, though, trying to get underneath the 99 of Jenkins here because he's got pressure, and his name is Brian Hacker. Hacker looks like he is on a mission right now, trying to get back through the field. Tashiro, though, has picked up the most spots gained here tonight. It's 11 spots gained for the driver out of the racing school. There you see the yellow 33. Not sure if that one's painted up like a lot of his race cars. Usually anytime we come racing here on Thursday night, you see that 33 out onto the racetrack. They are painted exactly like the cars that you can race at the racing school. Excuse me. A little under the weather here in Pennsylvania with the weather changing. You see Hacker still working to the inside. So Hacker will take that spot away now in his march back to the front. Everybody else still single file out there. You got to go a little bit deep into the field now, actually, as one driver making a move, and that was A.J. Watkins. He was trying to get to the outside of Philly Edwards. Just can't get that Celebrate entry back down to the bottom side. Doyle Lovrance is there also. Longest green flag stretch of the evening here. These drivers, one driver way wide and high. That was the 7 of Lovrance in the E-NASCAR entry. His car is definitely tore up. A little too much camber built up, I believe, in that right front now on that number 7. .66 and Greg June also trying to bounce back through the field. Aidan Alvecchione's back there. Hacker has got around the Tashiro entry and is now trying to get around the number 99 there of Mark Jenkins. That would be the battle for the 6th and the 7th spot. Mark Jenkins having a very solid night here. Other than him going through the grass, getting wrapped up in that one wreck, it's been very quiet for the driver out of Richmond, Virginia. The Yankee was a little sideways that time, running into the 3rd spot off turn number 4. Holding on to the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe number 14. Williamson trying to find a way around if he can. That would put Williamson onto the podium. Mark Jenkins back there. Uh-oh, caution lights. Caution lights as there's some smoke down here in turns number 3 and 4. Might be the 40 of Rob Higgins. 8th caution flag of the evening is flying here as Eric Stout and Rob Higgins battling for the 17th position, making contact, and Higgins going through the grass. Strategy time now for some of these drivers as some will come to pit road. Mark Jenkins and Chris Stump along with Higgins. June all coming to pit road here. Maybe some tire strategies because we're on the second half of the race here. So now if we get a long green flag run, will they be able to maybe play a little strategy? So what do you say, race fans? Who do you got out there? Who do you think is going to be able to bring this one home? Michael Trevarthen has led the most laps here tonight. Taken over just after lap number 15, I believe it actually was. And then Rex Hoyle's been sitting there in the second position. Bianchi and Williamson, they just swapped spots, I do believe. We'll see if that's actually correct. I think it actually was the 14 of Bianchi ahead of the 61. We'll see if that scoring is correct. Or do you think possibly Mike Taschereau back here, the 33 entry? He has the most spots picked up here tonight, along with Brandon Feeney. Feeney in the Aaron's Dream Machine entry. He said that paint scheme is good luck. That's why he's running it here on this car. We'll see if it's good luck by the end of the evening. Taking a look at it, does look like Philly Edwards was the lucky dog recipient here. So who does that put on the bubble now? Well, if you're an Aidan Alvecchione fan, you're going to be hoping for a caution flag here because he's the driver now that's on the bubble. That would start to get his laps back if the caution flag were to fly again. So Alvecchione, Buckley are the two cars that are laps down, and actually Buckley is 10 laps behind the number 271 of Aidan Alvecchione. So we'll see if, well, how that will start to shake out between those two drivers here in the closing laps. We'll come back. We'll complete lap number 69, put it in the books after the 8th caution flag of the evening, and then we will get back to racing. The Aidan crew out there now, starting to cheer him on. See if they can get him back on the lead lap tonight. Green flag back into the air here, and we're once again racing to turn number 1. Another great start there by Michael Trevarthen. Contact there between A.J. Hamill and Dalton Williamson. Williamson leaning down to on the inside car. Mike Taschereau now to the inside, and that 33 is going to try and follow the 18 of A.J. Hamill through. Rex Hoyle having some handling problems on the outside. Caution lights. Couple cars around. Oh, Aidan Alvecchione is involved in this one. Dave Bragg spinning it through the grass, and Greg June involved. Dan Butler, Scott Duncan. We'll have to see what happened. Let's watch it back. It's going to happen just outside the top 10. Oh, Bragg kind of comes up the speedway just a little bit into Butler. Stout involved also. A.J. Watkins. Scott Duncan's got a piece of this. And then Aidan Alvecchione getting turned around, so that will not give him the lap back that he was looking for. Right there's where Aiden gets turned around, and then Greg June just nowhere to go, and he gets involved. Working the 9th caution now of the evening. Aiden just ahead of the race leader, so he stays 3 laps down right now. We'll see if race control puts him down another lap. I do believe that Aiden will just get that luck, or not the lucky dog, but a wave around of the iRacing.com pace car, and he'll join at the tail of the field here when we do get the 1 to go marker. See if we get that here. 1 driver down on pit road. That was Dan Butler. He'll come back out onto the raceway. So we'll get 2 to go this time. The lineup should look like Michael Trevarthen, Brian Bianchi, AJ Hamill, Rex Hoyle, Mike Taschereau, the top 5. Taschereau picking up 13 spots here so far tonight. Then it should possibly be scored the number 1 of Dalton Williamson. The 02 of Brian Hacker. Brandon Feeney, the double V, number 53. And then Rob Higgins, the top 10. Couple drivers just hanging around the top 10 bubble back there that have put fresh tires on tonight. As you do see, Aiden Alvecchione will be sent around the iRacing.com pace car. He'll join the back. So we'll get ready. Michael Trevarthen will be the restart car. There you see the front 3 drivers. Trevarthen, Bianchi, and Hamill. 24 laps to go. Here we go, back racing tonight. Another great start there by Michael Trevarthen. A little bit better start that time by Brian Bianchi on the outside. Bianchi will hold the 2nd position. 1 car going around, and I believe that was Dalton Williamson again spinning the number 2 of Brian Hacker. Those 2 getting into it earlier tonight here, so that's the 2nd time those 2 have decided to play bumper cars. Let's take a look. Hacker down to the inside there on Williamson. Williamson gonna check up and then sends the number 2. And everybody else gets collected involved. Innocent bystanders.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.